Hi, it's David Cowan back with the final edition of our Out of the Vault series. And in this case, we've got an eclectic mix of items from the museum's collection. We're going to start with two high denomination notes, in this case a $500 bill and a $1,000 bill. And starting in 1929, the Treasury issued small size notes ranging in denomination from $1 to $10,000, the same size that we know about today of the currency that's in our own pockets. Previous to that, they've been very large and bulky, and due to that clumsiness, also as a cost-saving measure, the Treasury decided to make the notes smaller. Starting in 1969, the Treasury stopped issuing $500, $1,000, $5,000, and $10,000 notes. They're still around today, they're legal tender, but they're mostly in collectors' hands. And so that leaves us with the now more familiar to all of us of a 1, a 5, a 10, a 20, a 50, and a $100 note. And from time to time there have been $2 notes in circulation. The next item is a blank check, and not just any blank check. It's signed by John F. Kennedy when he was President of the United States. And when you're POTUS, what account number do you get? Of course, you get account number 1. The check is drawn on National City Bank, which today we know as Citibank. And the backstory on this is that the Secret Service would have a check or two in their possession for when they traveled with the president. If he wanted to buy something for Jackie or for the kids, they would have a check ready for that. It was in possession of an agent when they traveled to Dallas, where sadly Kennedy was assassinated. The agent held onto the check, and some 35 years later, he put it up for auction. A friend of the museum purchased the item, and it was donated to us as part of a larger collection known as the Sandy Mock Collection. The largest item in the case is the Quotron. And the Quotron, invented in 1960, revolutionized the industry in the sense that you didn't have to worry about the ticker tape anymore to see prices, but rather now the broker could actually type it into the machine and get instantaneous stock quotes. So definitely a revolutionary technology breakthrough. During World War I and World War II, the nation issued war bonds. And while this Disney certificate is not an actual war bond, if you had purchased one during World War II, you could receive this very colorful certificate. It featured so many well-known Disney characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. Next up is a share certificate from Howard Hughes, a well-known businessman, aviator, film producer, and arguably during the 1950s and 60s and very early 70s, the richest individual in the United States. This certificate is from when he purchased RKO, which was a well-known film and television production company, and he signed it on the back. Since I realize many people have not heard of Howard Hughes, I'm on the lookout for a share certificate that would be from, say, Steve Jobs, and it would be an Apple share, or maybe Bill Gates and a Microsoft share, because that would certainly bring the wow factor and a teachable moment with a very well-known figure from our time period. We finish with a book, and it's not just any book. It's one of the most famous books on investing. Security Analysis by Benjamin Graham and David Dodd. It's now in its 6th edition. The foreword is by Warren Buffett, where he talks about how this book has been a roadmap for the value investing community for many decades. We have not just a first edition. We have the very first copy of the first edition signed by Ben Graham to his business partner, Jerry Newman. I've shown this book many times to value investors and MBAs, and they get very excited when they see it. I'm going to share with you the inscription right now. It reads, "This first copy goes to Jerry with real appreciation of the indulgence he showed his partner while this child was getting born. Signed by Ben, July 23rd, 1934, 86 years ago today from when we are being filmed." So this concludes our Out of the Vault series, and I have a special thank you for two people from our staff who made these videos outstanding, and they are Maura Ferguson and Robert Dinkelman. So I sincerely appreciate the indulgence they showed me while this child was getting born. The museum's core mission is to preserve, exhibit, and teach about the nation's finances and financial history, and I hope we've done just a little bit of that for you with the Out of the Vault series. Thank you.